a secret. Native speakers don't actually pronounce every word clearly. You're probably trying to enunciate each word completely and perfectly, and that's exactly why your speech sounds robotic. I'm Nicole Kaup, and I help international professionals refine their pronunciation so their speech is clear, confident, and effective. In this video, we're going to talk about connected speech. Specifically, how to smoothly link words together so your speech sounds natural and fluent. When you speak each word individually, it creates that rapid-fire, choppy sound that doesn't follow the true rhythm and pacing of English. And it can make you sound nervous, like you're trying to get too many words out at once. Native English speakers don't say each word separately. Instead, they group several words together into one smooth stream of sound, connecting them without gaps or spaces. This is what we call connected speech. Now, connected speech actually has a few different components. Words are grouped into phrases, sometimes called thought groups or chunks, where 3 to 7 or more words are smoothly linked together without stopping or breaking in the middle of the group. Within those thought groups, you'll also find the contractions and reductions that native speakers naturally use to speak more efficiently. Things like I'm, it's, she's, gonna, wanna. These shortcuts aren't lazy speech. They're a normal, integral part of spoken English, even in more formal situations. But I'll be covering those in more depth in another video, because today we're focusing on the linking itself, how sounds connect from one word to the next. When you speak with connected speech, instead of firing out each word separately, your speech sounds more confident, more credible, and more polished. You actually struggle less to pronounce things because you're moving with the natural flow of English rather than fighting against it. Your voice becomes the calm, clear, smooth voice of a leader. Before we look specifically at how to link words, there's something important I want to share with you. Before you begin trying to improve any aspect of your spoken English, you need to understand all the areas where your speech may be unclear. That's why I put together an English pronunciation and clarity audit that allows you to assess your speech in several key areas, including connected speech, to identify exactly where improvement is needed. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description or comments below to get your clarity audit and start identifying where your speech could be clearer and more effective. Now let's move on to the different types of linking, because depending upon what sounds are coming together, the way you connect them will be a little bit different. Let me start with consonant-to-consonant linking, which is what you'll probably encounter most frequently. Some consonant combinations are actually easy to link because they already occur within words you know. For example, take the words cell phone. That ending L in cell smoothly combines with the F in phone, just like you'd say the LF combination in a word like myself. You're already used to that sound combination, so this linking comes naturally to most people. Or take for me. The R plus the M combination is something you're already familiar with in a word like form. So again, this type of linking shouldn't be a problem. But there are two consonant linking situations where I consistently hear non-native speakers stumble. The first is where we're linking the same consonant. This occurs when one word ends in the same consonant that the next word begins with. The trick is we don't pronounce that consonant twice. Instead, we blend the two words together and say that repeated consonant only once, but we elongate it slightly. For example, phone number. The word phone ends in N and number begins with N, so we blend them and say phone number as if it were one single word with no stopping in between. Repeat it after me. Phone number. Another example is make sense. The S at the end of makes blends into the S at the beginning of sense. Makes sense. The other category of consonant linking that causes problems for non-native English speakers is linking to a stop consonant. This is the one that trips up pretty much every non-native speaker I work with. A stop consonant is a sound that briefly stops the airflow before releasing it. English stop consonants include T, D, K, G, B, and P. When a word ends in a stop consonant, there will be a very brief, barely noticeable stoppage of the airflow before you release that air on the next sound. The two errors I most often hear with this type of linking are either completely dropping the final stop consonant on the first word or overpronouncing it by releasing the air too early before the second word even begins. Here are some examples. Wait for, workday, jump down, hard task, read more. In each case, the first word ends in a stop and the air releases on the beginning of the second word. Another type of linking is consonant-to-vowel linking. This type of linking is generally fairly easy because, again, these combinations naturally occur within words you already know. The key is to take that final consonant on the first word and shift it over to begin the second word, as if you're actually moving the letter over. For example, opt in. Instead of saying opt in, that T at the end of opt moves over to begin in. So it sounds like opt-in, opt-in. Or bank account. The K smoothly blends into the A, so you hear bank account. Another great example is half an hour. The F at the end of half blends right into an, and hour has a silent H at the beginning. So we blend it all together, half an hour. And the final type of linking is vowel-to-vowel linking. This one can be the most challenging, and it's really a topic in itself. When two vowel sounds come together across English words, non-native speakers often cut one or both of the vowels short, or mistakenly merge them. And vowels are critical to intelligibility in English. If your vowels are clipped or altered, listeners may not understand you at all. So when two vowels meet but are in separate syllables, we need to preserve the full sound of each vowel while blending them smoothly, with no stopping and no artificial choppiness. There are two ways we might do this, depending on the sound the first word ends in. If the first word ends in an O or a U sound, insert a W to smoothly blend the vowels. This is because O and U sounds already have a W sound in them, so we just need to pull it out and exaggerate it. Let me illustrate that for you with an example. Go out. Note the two distinct vowel sounds, an O at the end of go and an OW sound beginning the word out. And we're going to draw out the W between the two sounds. Round your lips, elongate the W sound at the end of go, and let it glide right into out. Go out. Go out. Another example, to Atlanta, as in I'm going to Atlanta, becomes to Atlanta. Exaggerate and elongate the W in the OO vowel to blend it into the following A sound. To Atlanta. Now, if the first word of the linked pair ends in an A, E, or I sound, we'll use a Y as our bridge. All of those sounds, A, E, and I, already have an E, or what we'll term Y here, embedded inside them. Draw that out to bridge to the next word. For example, I agree becomes I agree, or we installed becomes we installed. So there you have it. The key types of word linking that will take your speech from choppy and robotic to smooth and natural. When you speak with connected speech, linking your words the way native speakers do, your speech doesn't just sound more fluent. It sounds more confident, more polished, and more professional. That smooth, connected quality is part of what gives a speaker real presence and credibility. It's the voice of someone who's calm, clear, and in command. Start by noticing these linking patterns in the speech around you, in conversations, in podcasts, meetings, and in movie dialogues. Then begin practicing them intentionally, one type at a time, until they become second nature. Smooth, natural-sounding, connected speech all starts with thought groups and pausing. Master the art of where to pause and how to group your words by watching this video next. 2 delivery habits to sound clear and professional.